In today's episode we've got some ply lining to remove, some filthy seats and lots of contamination on the paintwork of the outside of this van. So today's vehicle is a VW Caddy Maxi van, and this one would have been originally owned by British Gas because it's a unique blue colour. It was obviously sold after it was defleeted, bought by a private individual who's now part exchanged it in for a new car, and it's come back into the used car network, and it's our job to re-clean it and get it ready for resale. So the engine bay in this van needs a good deep clean, but one of the things I've noticed is it's got this little sticker here that indicates that the van's had a timing belt replaced at some point in its life, which is really important. So I'm going to remove that so it doesn't get wet and damaged. I think this little clip here just shows how good Koshchemi Green Star all-purpose cleaner is. It's already starting to pull all the dirt off the bottom of that bonnet straight away. And once it's had the opportunity to dwell for a couple of minutes and work its magic, loosen off the dirt, we'll agitate it with a brush, then give it a good jet wash off. So the question for this week is, what's the most expensive service bill you've had on a vehicle that you've owned, and why, and what went wrong? On this particular van, it actually had the brakes done on the front because the customer thought it had a grinding from that area, only to find out afterwards it was actually the rear, so it's had disc and pads all around. And in fairness, this van was in pretty good working order. It looked like it had relatively new front shock absorbers on its springs, things like that. And you can usually tell if the van's had a lot of weight in the back, because the rear leaf springs in this particular model would be sagging quite a bit with age. This one sits really high on the back, so I don't think it's really had a hard life or a lot of weight in the back of it. As we can see on camera, the door shuts in this vehicle weren't that bad, so it's just a case of putting a little bit of all-purpose cleaner in there and jetting them out. However, the petrol flap area was a completely different sort of kettle of fish. This one was really, as we can see, quite grubby. Once that's been taken care of, we can then turn our attention to the wheel arches, wheels and tyres. Now, somebody's already painted these wheels, sort of satin black, because originally they would have been silver, and the customer supplied some wheel trims, so we'll fit them later on. So it's a case of some all-purpose cleaner over everything. Now, the front and rear arch liners on this vehicle are plastic, so we can give them a good scrub with this brush, and then at the end of it we can then use some Carb Pro Pearl, which is the same dressing we used on the engine bay a minute ago, and that'll leave a nice sort of black satin finish inside there. So at this point I've given the vehicle a good pre-wash down, and I'm going to apply some Carb Pro Iron X, and this is going to react with any fallout or iron filings on the vehicle, as we'll see on camera. This has been left for about 5 to 10 minutes to do its magic, and then all we've got to do is simply give it a good rub over with a microfiber wash mitt and then rinse the van down. Once all the iron fallout remover is washed off, I can then look to get rid of the road tar, and there was really quite a lot on the bottom part of this vehicle. So I'm going to get some Auto Glim tar and glue remover in a pump sprayer and just give the whole lower part of the vehicle a good spray with that. Again, leave this for about 5 or 10 minutes. As we can see on the screen, it's really worked very well. It's starting to loosen up all that road tar, and there's a lot of it. Then it's a case of just sticking some on a microfiber cloth and rubbing it off. Understandably, I'm using an old microfiber cloth that's at the end of its use for things like this, just to remove the tar, because obviously it'll bung up the cloth and it's a throwaway item after that. So any tar and glue remover is going to leave some sort of residue on the vehicle afterwards, so I'm just going to give it one final rinse down and a bit of a scrub. Then I'm going to pull it off the wash bay, give the whole area a good wash down, and then we can look to start doing the inside of the vehicle. This is where the fun began, because originally this van would have probably had some nice silver racking in the back from British Gas, and then obviously that was removed when it was sold, and the gentleman who owned this vehicle decided to put his own sort of homemade wooden racking in the back of it, and that was fine. The screws mostly came out, but unfortunately they'd used an incredibly large amount of silicon sealant as well. So as we're about to see on camera, I go to move this big panel at the back and it was just stuck on, and I was like, oh, okay. A little bit of brute force to get that off, as we're about to see. Once all the wooden racking was removed, I need to then get rid of the sort of homemade sound deadening that had been put in as well. The top layer came off quite easily, but the bit which was glued onto the panel was a bit of an arduous task to get it off, as we can see on camera, but we got there eventually, and ironically the opposite side peeled off really easily. So everything removed out the back, we can get the vac in there and start to collect up all the years worth of screws, fluff, silicon sealant and anything else in there. Large bit of debris first down the vac hose, and then after that I'm going to go to a brush attachment to get all the dust off the base of it. The cab got pretty much the same bases with the vacuum cleaner, then it's a case of get the scrub it pad in there and some brushes, give it a good old agitation and good clean. Won't forget to do things like the wiper stalks, because they've got sort of congealed gunk on the back end of them and on the sides of them, so it's important we get all that off. Detail brush for getting around areas like these vents in conjunction with the nail line, because that's going to help blow out any of the debris that's behind them or around the sort of crevice and sort of recess on the sides of them. Same process with the centre console as well. Once the plastics are all thoroughly cleaned, we can go on to the bit that everybody loves the most, the filthy seat extraction. So it's all-purpose cleaner, use the drill brush to agitate it, and then extract it with a wet vac. And as I get the occasional question of what do I use, it's a machine called a Karcher Pusi 110, and as you can see you put the water in the back end of it, and the front end's where the water gets extracted into. So luckily, apart from the contamination, the paintwork is in pretty good order, so it's had a single stage polish and that's really brought the paintwork up very well. We can use the CarPro Pearl in the plastic wheel arches. Then we're going to apply some tyre dressing, and then we'll look to fit those wheel trims. Now I reckon there might be a little bit of a dispute in the comments section about these wheel trims, because obviously they're not original ones because they're very expensive, so the customer has supplied some aftermarket ones which look racy, I guess. So it's a case of pull the cellophane off, you have to attach the badge, there we go, and then we can fit them to the van. Now in case you've never done this before, there's a section in the ring which has got a divot which you have to line up with the tyre valve down there, so it doesn't pinch it. In case of line it up, and then use a little bit of a tap, and there we go, it's fitted. And don't panic, I hadn't missed out that little bit of white paint transfer on the bumper, tiny bit of paint thinner and that's going to come straight off. And then once that's done we can look to put a bumper dressing on, against another Koshkemi product which I'll show you on the screen now. One of the last jobs to do is to do the glass, always do the tops of the windows, so it avoids having that horrible tide line. And once this is done, I'll take it out to the car park and give you some after shots of what the van looks like at the end. So for the budget provided by the customer, I think the van's come up pretty well. The wheel trims are going to be an acquired taste for some people, but they don't look too bad. They're better than the black steel wheels. The inside of the rear's come up really well actually, taking that racking out's made a huge improvement for the next customer. and it gives them a blank canvas to work with. Cabs come up really well. There was a few little marks on the passenger seat that wouldn't come out, but overall, good all-round improvement. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week with the next one.